So this question is a translate word problem question. So I'm going to read it a sentence at a time and make sure to translate any quantitative information that I read. So the question says, Fahari kicks a ball on the ground into the air. Okay, that makes sense. 1 second after being kicked, the ball reaches its maximum height of 16 feet above the ground. And 2 seconds after being kicked, the ball is back on the ground. Okay. Now I see the beginning of this next sentence says a quadratic function. Now whenever I see a quadratic function, I am going to think parabola. Now understanding that this is a parabola question helps me to translate this second sentence into a picture, right, into a graph really. So my graph will look something like this. I know that the ball is on the ground, which represents 0, 0, right? I know that at 1 second, the ball is at its high point of 16 feet, which makes it here. And then I know at 2 seconds, it's at its low point, right, on the ground, which makes it here. So here is my parabola. The question goes on to say a quadratic function models the height h of t in feet of the ball t seconds after Fahari kicks it. Which equation defines this relationship? So I am going to use a strategy called plug in information from the question, so PIQ. I'm going to use, this is very specific strategy for graphs especially, I'm going to use this, this vertex point, which I know to be 1, 16, and I'm going to plug these things in, right? What is the 1 value? Well, that's time, because that was 1 second, so t equals 1, and 16 is the height, right? So h of t in essence, right? Because the height when t is 1, h of t is equal to 16. So which one of these answer choices fits that scenario? So if I replace this with 16 and I replace t with 1, what I get here is 1 minus 16, which is negative 15. Negative 15 squared is positive 225. And I can already kind of see that when I multiply that by negative 16 and then add 1 to it, that's not going to give me a 16, right? That's going to be a much larger negative value. So A is gone. Let's try B. B, I replace h of t with 16. I replace t with 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 squared is still 0. 0 times negative 16 is still 0. And what do we have left? 16 over here. 16 does, in fact, equal 16. So I'm liking B. We can try the same thing with the rest of these. H of t, so 16, 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Negative 16 times 4. And then subtracting 16 is not going to give us a positive 16, so C is gone. And the exact same thing would happen with choice D. We have 1 plus 16, which makes that 17. Again, 17 squared times negative 16 and minus 1 will not get us a positive 16, so D is gone. So B is the only answer choice that makes any sense and therefore is the correct answer. If you already know that the formula for a quadratic, for a parabola looks something like this, plus or minus a, x minus h squared plus k. If you know that, then you can find this answer even faster than what I just did, right? You would know that h comma k represents the vertex. So you would know at minimum our graph or our equation should look something like this. Again, I'm going to replace x with t minus, so h is the x value of the vertex, which was 1, so t minus 1. K is the y value of the vertex, which is 16, so plus 16. And we only see that in choice B, right? It's the only one that has a plus 16 at the end. It's the only one that has a minus 1 in the parentheses. So again, that's a much faster way of finding the answer.